Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Miraculous Ladybug, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Heisen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And April Collins.
Hello.
Today, Delaney, April, and I are talking about the latest episode of Miraculous Ladybug that aired in France. Sapotis, Sapoti, whatever. Or whatever this ends up being called in English. We talk about Miraculous Ladybug every week here on the Overly Animated Podcast. You can find us at overlyanimated.com or search for Overly Animated Miraculous Ladybug on iTunes or YouTube. Subscribe to not miss any of our future Ladybug podcasts. Big spoilers for this episode. Definitely make sure you've seen Sapoti, episode 10 that aired in France of this season. Also apologies for sounding off. I'm a little bit sick, but we'll power through. Had to record on the huge Miraculous Ladybug episode, so let's get into it. Delaney, this was your episode. Everyone's very hype about your reaction. What did you think of Sapoti?
I am so alive. Oh my god. So I looked away when I watched it, so I don't know what was gonna happen, and then I was like, and then they kept when they were on the couch and they were all being cute. I mean, I would tell you if I was a superhero, I'm like, the reveal's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And then I was like, no, Alia's gonna become a hero. Flipped out. It was beautiful. Had the transformation sequence. I had to pause it and hold my face, and my girlfriend was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, this is so free, bro. I'm so happy.
What is that voice?
We don't. That's Delaney's really excited about Alia because obviously. I am a proud mother of Alia. Very excited. I love her. This is so great. This is everything I wanted. What is this nonsense about giving the Miraculous back? Fake news. This is stupid. Her Kwame is cool. Alia's siblings are trash, but
don't call them trash. What is
they're
that?
Trash. They were adorable, but they're trash. But I love them because they gave us this beautiful episode, and Alia's the best, and this is the best, and I'm so happy right now. This is the best episode ever.
Wow, the best episode ever. What are you, Hawkmoth, calling them trash? What?
They are trash.
What?
No, they were really cute and obviously fantastic, and it was really funny. They were like, we're the Sapoti. No, you just are awful. And they would sneak out of bed and eat fruit. At least do something naughty.
Yeah.
We snuck out of bed and ate your cantaloupe. What? And, we snuck out of bed and drank your fruit juice. That was the thing that was killing them at the amusement park. There's free fruit juice. So I'm like, what? Is this what kids in France are about? No, I love fruit juice just as much as I love fruit juice, but I didn't think this is that appealing to children. I'm doing this podcast drinking soda right now. I'm a little shook, but it's okay.
Yeah, they're very it was polite mischief. Yeah.
Yes, they were very cute. Alia's the best. Reina Rouge is the best. She has a flute. Her transformation sequence was awesome. And then she sassed Kat, which is probably not only the best moment of the episode, but one of the best moments of the series. When she's like, "Are you going to give me Ladybug's number?" Savage! She just roasted him immediately. It was incredible.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Very hype reaction from Delaney. She liked it. Okay. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. Yeah. One of the superhero episodes. April, what do you think?
Well, I apologize because I will not deliver the same enthusiasm as Delaney did, but I was also very hyped.
Okay. No, we're good. As long as you like it.
Yes, I was very into this episode. I would like to thank Alia's sisters for reminding me why I don't want to have kids ever. So
wow.
I appreciate
this birth control. Wonderful.
Fantastic. While I appreciated their polite mischief, as Dylan so nicely called it, they were very annoying. The entire time, whenever they were sitting on the couch, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Marionette's gonna tell her this is gonna be great. This is how this episode ends. It's gonna be wonderful. It's just gonna make Alia's life." Right. And then, I was like, "This is gonna be magical." And then it was even more magical because
her life still got made.
Yeah, exactly. So now we have what was her name? Reina Rouge or whatever?
Reina Rouge, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Still say it like that? What?
I'm on it, yeah.
Well, we're lucky I don't say Reina Rouge, okay? Honestly.
But also, doesn't rouge mean like lipstick or something?
No,
Anyway,
it's red. It's a red fox. Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, doesn't it just mean red? Okay, good.
whatever. But it was awesome. I loved it. I also super appreciate that she is way more like camouflaged in her superhero outfit than
Yes,
Marionette.
Literally, like, oh, yeah.
Right? Like she does not look like Alia at all. And
Her
it
ass
was
covered like half her face.
yes, and then like her hair goes up in a ponytail and it changes colors, and I'm like, okay, this one I get. Like she does not look like herself, so I loved it. And it also like I appreciated because at the end, Ollie was like, "What did she look like? Tell me everything." And it's like you didn't even know what you looked like. Like that's terrible. You should have stopped in a mirror and like checked yourself out or something.
You read that way? That's interesting. I
I
didn't think of
read
it.
it as
I
Ollie's
didn't-
just really full of herself.
Yeah.
Which
I
was
thought
fine
Alia
with
was
it,
just trying hard to lie.
like,
Yeah, that's
because
interesting.
if I didn't know my best friend was a superhero, I'd want all the reviews immediately. Like,
But I feel like we would have had that moment where we would have seen her be like, "Oh, I look super cool" or something like
Yeah,
that. But we
that's
never
true.
had that. So
well, that was really cool the way they like filmed it, and that like you saw it from Alia's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
love that.
yeah, I really liked that
So
a
I
lot.
can see that like she didn't know what she looked like. That would make sense.
Yeah, maybe that's why I interpreted it the way that I did. But yeah, and I loved her sassing Cat because he needs to be put in his place every once in a while.
Like you
And-
all the time.
Well, all the time, but I like that not just Ladybug does it, so we have Raina to do it as well. Hawkmoth is terrible. He needs to stop targeting little children. That's
yeah,
not
he's awful. He's the
But-
worst.
He is the worst. But this episode gets all of the thumbs up. The Sapotees were frightening. And
They
were
look like
very
the little Diablos from Kim Possible.
or they were what is it, gremlins? Because
Yeah.
you're supposed to feed them, and I was
Yes.
like
So you're supposed to feed them, but yeah. I thought more of minions, unfortunately.
oh.
Ruined.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. But yeah, so all the hype from April as well. I apologize again because I don't have the same enthusiasm as Delaney.
Well,
It's
we're
pretty-
lucky Delaney's not screaming for 5 minutes.
There we
No,
go.
you should. Yeah, it's all been building to this. Yeah, this great episode would finally happen. This is not how we were expecting it, though. With this being temporary, I think that's going to be one of the main things to discuss.
Fake news.
Yes.
I mean, it
Fake
happened. Is
news.
it fake news? Like she gave it back.
Fake news.
Maybe fake news in the context of the season, but yeah, it was really hype seeing Alia as Reina Rouge, and you guys identified it already. Her running through the rooftops with Ladybug, and like switches to her perspective, and just in general seeing her in action for the first time. That was like one of the best sequences of the season. It was so incredible how hype that was, and. It was just thrilling watching her, Alia, this character who we've known over like 35 episodes and love her and see her turn into a superhero finally. It was thrilling, and I think like. In general, I don't know if this is like the episode is like up to the really high standard quality standards of season 2, but it's like hype, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. Ollie's a superhero. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
They could have cut
And-
grass for the episode, and I would have been fine with it.
Also, I'm really glad that she got to be a superhero before Chloe. So
Yeah, thank God.
right, like I would have been really like
I
upset
know that's what
and
Dylan
triggered.
wanted, but I was gonna have a stroke.
No, I'm absolutely fine with this. Still hype for Chloe, but the question is, how is Chloe
I'm
going
more okay
going to
if
get a
Chloe's
miraculous?
temporary. Yeah, honestly, like how is like Marinette pick? Though it has to be Adrian because
Yeah, I feel like Adrian's gonna be the
because
person
there's
to
no
get
way in a
it.
bajillion years Marinette would give it to her Chloe.
Right.
No
Marinette
way.
probably would not give it to Chloe, although it's not clear who she would give it to after Alia. Maybe try to give it to Adrian, but if Adrian got to choose,
That's awkward.
Oh
Right.
god.
right? No, but if Adrian got to choose, first of all, Adrian doesn't know who Master Fu is yet, so he'd have to get
That's
around that.
right.
But Ladybug could take it and then give it to Cat to give, so that could happen. But he would probably give it to Nino, right? Not Chloe.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Chloe, I think, would be his second pick, or Marinette, one of the
Right.
two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely want one of them to try giving it to each other. That would be great.
That'd be so funny.
I want that so hard.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk. We talked already a lot about Alia's Reine Rouge, but let's talk about this being temporary because that's not something any of us were expecting. We thought these were here. They were here to stay as permanent heroes. We're like, how are the show going to manage all of these new heroes? Delaney, do you think that the show will soon be making Alia a permanent hero?
Okay, so that's what's interesting is like I think this is an interesting loophole no one considered. Like we can have all these different heroes, but we only need them when we need them.
Yeah.
Which makes things more manageable. But considering Hawkmoth, like I know there's more and I know there must be a guardian, I think that means we have to make it permanent soon. Because like otherwise Hawkmoth is just gonna have 9,000 miraculouses and that's not okay. So I think like this is an interesting loophole. I think it'll make like we're gonna get everyone once, like with their little like episode, and then like in like the final battle or like whatever like the climax of the season is, the finale or whatever, we're gonna have everyone because like we're gonna need them. So I think that's what they're setting up here. Is like, yeah, it's temporary. We're gonna play around with things because they're not ready yet. Like we don't need all the heroes yet.
Yeah.
But then since Hawkmoth is gonna be looking for the Guardian and like looking for the miraculouses, then that's when it has to become permanent, and they're gonna have to like do whatever to like keep Hawkmoth from getting them all.
It would also. Oh.
Go ahead, April.
Oh, I was gonna say it would create sort of like an interesting drama too. Assuming the show does something along those lines, but even for like Hawkmoth to like as they're handing them out, maybe he obtains one of them kind of thing. I mean, I don't really see that happening, but it would create like a really interesting like plot drama for them to sort of have to deal with. Is that if one of those other miraculouses were to, Hawkmoth were to actually like be successful for
like
once.
Maybe Adrian like has one, and his dad's like, "What you got there, son?" And he's like, "It's a gift for Nino," and he's like, "Ugh."
But I know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've set it up that handing them out could be dangerous, according to Master Fu, and it's not clear to me whether that is like an omen of like Hawkmoth getting his hands on one via that means, or just like an excuse to make them only temporary, like a plot, a thing to move the narrative forward in that regard. Delaney, are you okay with Alia not being a permanent hero for now, or are you disappointed by this?
I got really excited at the end when Alia was going to whine her way into having it. But then she's a good person and she gave it back anyway. And I was like, ugh, Alia.
No, she's a good person.
So I'm a little disappointed. Like, I understand, like, for the show, I'm happy in that, like, this narratively makes more sense because I was, like, getting real worried. Like, I was like, I want Alia to be a hero, but I'm really stressed about, like, having everyone be heroes. But I'm, like, happy and sad. I'm, like, so happy.
So happy. Okay.
Sad happy.
Suppose, yeah. April, what about you? What are your thoughts?
It doesn't work as well as SMAD.
SMAD.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's sad and mad.
I got that, but that doesn't explain whether that's a thing or not.
It is a thing.
Where?
April knew immediately what I was talking about. It's
where have you heard this used?
Like TV.
SMAD.
TV. Okay. April, what are your thoughts on this being temporary? Were you disappointed?
No, not really. I mean, because like Delaney was saying, it's the best way to sort of manage them at this time. But I did sort of notice whenever Master Fu was sort of displaying all of the other miraculouses, the one that goes to Alia and the one that we already know goes to Chloe.
They were the only ones you could see.
Yeah, they were sort of set aside from the other ones, and I thought that was really interesting. And I sort of developed like a strange theory that while like Alia's may at least be temporary for now, it may become a more permanent thing. And I but like this terrible prediction that I have now in my head as Delaney was talking was that Chloe's will become a permanent thing as well, but I don't know that she'll necessarily stay good. Maybe she'll join like Hawkmoth.
No, not allowed.
No.
I know, but think about it.
Dylan just heard Kill Bill sirens. Like
Chloe Demption, jeez. Get on the train.
She's too lame to actually be a villain.
We can't have
I understand.
Well, no, she'll fit
Hawkmoth is lame.
perfectly.
Okay, like I know Hawkmoth is lame, but like Chloe is literally so harmless. I don't think she can be a villain.
She akumatized everyone in season.
Listen.
Exactly.
Okay, I know that, and I was gonna have a counter for that. My only counter is that Chloe is so lame.
She's not dangerous on her own. It's the
And she
existence of
wants,
Hawkmoth.
yeah, exactly. And she wants to be a hero. Like, she loves Ladybug. Like,
Yeah,
she wants to be a hero.
her. Yeah.
She wants to be a hero.
She's just terrible.
we can't always get what we want.
Yeah, she can't be like.
Well, she is getting what she wants, so that's happening.
That's true, but no. But I'm okay with like it being temporary for now. Like if we can make, like Alia permanent or something along those lines eventually, that would be cool. But we'll just have to see. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people's reaction is disappointment, and that was my initial reaction, only because I'm just so eager for the show to do something impactful to its narrative. Like, even though season 2's been really great, we've still been episode to episode. The show's still not serialized for the most part. Like,
well, I'm interested to see like how this will impact.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
like the next episode for sure.
So I think the fact of the matter is season 2 so far has not been serialized and has aired out of order. So it would have been impossible for them to make this permanent because we've already had episode 13 in production order air and we're only up to 10. So they keep pulling that crap and you can't just have permanent story changes. I'm very eager for them not to do that and to make the show serialized. I don't specifically care that, like, for now, that Alia is not initially a permanent hero. Like, we can get there eventually. I think Delaney's theory about us handing them out in one-off episodes throughout the season, and then in the finale, they become permanent after they come together for a big thing. I think that's very plausible. But the thing that would be kind of unacceptable is if this was just a one-off, like if Reina Rouge never comes back. I think that would not be good, but I don't think that's likely. So I'm just more upset we're not having a serialized narrative yet. But that was never happening this season. It looks like. I hope season 3 is different. But at the same time, last week I said I was very worried about changing the status quo because season 2 had been incredibly good so far, and we'd found a really good groove for what we're exploring with like the romance aspects between Cat and Ladybug. And I think that this allows us to continue that. Like, we don't need to throw everyone into the mix as heroes. That would have disrupted the mix. So I think this is kind of a brilliant way to continue what's working while still advancing the narrative for advancing the mythology for the future. So I'm like very happy if we just get more of what's made season 2 great, and then in season 3 that we have kind of everyone as heroes.
I'm cool with that.
I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Like, give us something to fight. Like, why do we need all these heroes? It made sense when we had like a bajillion little gremlins running around, and they were literally all your siblings.
Yeah. It's a good question why we need so many heroes.
Her power is really cool.
Yeah, we'll talk about all the aspects of it in a second.
She plays the whistle, and then she's like, Mirage! That was lit.
It was lit. Yeah, we'd speculated earlier this year that Hawkmoth might not be the villain for long, the main villain. So I think that I could definitely see them like taking down Hawkmoth or something, or someone new rising in the finale of season 2. So I think that's going to be interesting.
Who can even be the villain? Like,
it'd have to be someone new.
Hawkmoth Redemption. Yes.
Hawkdemption, yeah.
Hawkdemption.
Yeah, hashtag. Okay, let's talk about all the aspects of Reina Rouge because we need to go over all of it. We already commented on the costume.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
She has a tail.
Mm-hmm.
Very animal-like. Her much more
She's
than
basically wearing a fursuit.
the only regard. Okay, I wasn't gonna say that, but okay. And we'll see if
the transformation happened, and my girlfriend looked over and was like, "What are you watching?" And I was like,
It's
I was like, "Don't worry about it."
There's a lot of people happy with the new, but it's very Ladybug is just Ladybug in that she has like spotted costume, but Alia is like
literally just has spots.
Yeah, Alia is like all the fox traits. Like that's
to be fair. Between Cat, it makes sense. It's fine. Her costume's cool, so I'm cool with it. She's not wearing like a fox head or anything, so I'm okay with it.
True.
Yeah. Does she have a tail, or is it like a thing that comes up? Or
I have no idea. It looks like a tail.
I thought it was more of a tail than Cat's tail.
Well, Cat's is literally a belt, so
it is a belt.
Yeah. So she looks awesome. Yeah, her illusion powers. So that's the power she has to create illusions.
So cool. She has a flute, and then she goes Mirage. So good. It was the best.
Yeah, we had the sequence of her Lucky Charm type sequence where she says Mirage. Yeah,
it's way better than Cataclysma. So
Cataclysm. I like Cataclysm, but yeah, they're let's rank the sequences: Cataclysm, Lucky Charm, and Mirage.
Okay, it's Mirage, and then it's Lucky Charm.
No, Lucky Charm is number one always.
Lucky Charm. I'm dying.
Yeah, that's great. I'm really happy they gave legit sequences to her. Yeah, even if she was just temporary, they could have just copped out and not done it. But
I got so hype. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. What else can her illusion powers be used for? That seems a little narrow.
Well, no. I mean, I think I think being able to trick like people seems like a pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
if you can just have Hawkmoth in their ear saying it's a trap the whole time, that it's only gonna not work on little kids. I think him telling them that.
No, they're kind of dumb.
Yeah, I guess all the villains are kind of dumb. That is true. But I think it's intended to be more narrow because we've learned that the Cat and Ladybug Miraculouses are the main two. The power
it's just because they're so OP, so now it doesn't matter.
They're supposed to be OP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's destruction and creation. So it's everyone else is going to have relatively underwhelming powers. Although
but they can like all work together. So
yeah. So yeah, I thought it was really cool seeing the sequence of her creating the fake.
Also, that was
park.
huge.
Zaputiland.
Zaputiland, yeah, yeah, it was huge. She seems very powerful, at least in terms of creating grand illusions. Yeah.
Well, I would be interested to see if she can do something like make everyone in Paris see something, or like just a certain person. So
right,
so
kind of like a hallucination thing.
Yeah.
Who could see Zaputiland? Was it just all the little Zapotis, or is it everyone?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious.
We never really got that because it seemed like once the Zapotis were running around, like all of the other people of Paris just sort of disappeared. They were like,
there
"We're not
really
about
a lot
this."
of people out. To be fair, it was like nighttime and they were supposed to be in bed. But
oh yeah.
And they're supposed to be in bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was supposed to.
I meant the kids. Yeah, everyone in Paris was supposed to be in bed.
It was all past their bedtimes. They were getting ready to go to the amusement park.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not clear whether I think everyone can see it because she made there were multiple villains. So I think that if she can make all the villains see it, then it has to be everyone,
right.
or she can make multiple people see it too. And
yeah.
And there's a character in Ruby that has illusion powers, and she can only make like one person see something.
Yeah.
And so it's very there's recent developments.
No, she can make a lot more people see it, can't she?
No.
Is that what happened with Mercury?
No, I think it was just one person. She used it differently recently, and it was like a big deal. And it's so this is like very powerful if you can.
Okay, I remember what happened.
Yeah.
Now we're good.
It's
Me too.
Yeah,
okay.
You don't watch that show, but and
I need to get caught up, or do I?
It's more powerful. It's more powerful to make target multiple specific people than everyone, I guess. Like if you can specifically make like any number of people but not others see something that's like a very powerful tool. Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. We'll see how it's used. Her other transformation sequence, we just see her initial transformation sequence.
It was awesome.
In French, they all say transforme-moi, but we'll have to see what her English is, because in English they do the spots on and claws out. So what's her... tail up, ears, something.
Tail whip.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so English.
No, I was so alive when her Kwame was like, now you just have to say transforme-moi. And I was like, yeah!
Yeah, Delaney loves transforme-moi.
I love it. Transforme-moi. What's his name? I forgot.
Trix with two X's. What do you think of Trix?
Yes.
He was great. I liked him. He was very nice.
Yeah.
He's very middle ground between Blog and Tiki.
Right.
Yeah. He seemed mostly neutral, but he was hyped for Alia to keep it. He
He's
wanted
like,
that to
Alia,
happen.
you're so nice.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what a suck up. What is he
I don't
like?
want to go back to the box.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is-
Do they hate being in stasis? Is
Okay.
that a thing?
Dylan, we've literally spent like hours discussing if it's like a Pokeball and if they still exist. I don't want to get back into that. Okay?
Have we? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
familiar. So let's have
I mean, I'd be pretty grateful if I got outside of the box.
yeah, it's like let me please let me stay. April, what did you think of Trix?
Definitely like Trix. The in between Pluck and Tiki and
Rank the three of them.
Trix, Pluck, Tiki.
You rank Plug above Tiki?
I'm with Pluck.
I'm with Plod. Oh my god, such Tiki hate on this one. Wow.
God, like I would at least like
So much.
I would at least put Tiki above Plug. Like I did really enjoy his cheese cabinet.
Yeah,
that
he
was
had a cheese
good.
cabinet. That was big
That
news.
was incredible.
Yeah.
But first, I have to hide my cheese. Yeah,
That was
I
really-
appreciate that moment.
All Kwamis are great, except Tiki's terrifying. Other than that, they're all
Exactly. Tiki is terrifying.
Also, didn't really talk in this episode? I was like, Tiki, you're usually like you literally can't shut up.
Yeah, I don't think she said anything. Yeah, she might. You'd think she'd talk to.
I think at the end she talked.
Did she? I don't
Like when
remember.
Marinette was like about like leaving.
She was
Alia.
getting in a previous episode. She was like having tea with Waze, but I don't think she talked with Waze in this episode.
right.
But
Waze is a worry wart, and he needs to calm down.
you don't like
Too many
Waze?
Waze is fine. He's green, so he's cool. But like,
Elaborate on that point that he's green, so he's cool.
Yeah,
he's green.
I would also like to know.
What
consider-
qualities of being green make you cool?
When you're Toph or Lynn or the
Okay,
Pidge,
green
if you're
Lu-
green,
Luigi?
you're my
Yeah,
favorite
okay.
character.
Green
Okay.
characters are good. Yeah,
That's why
that was a reference to a previous thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, green, good.
Yeah. We know this is kind of spoilers if you don't follow things. We've kind of seen that, or we've seen that Nino is going to get the Waze miraculous actually, which is kind of interesting because that's what Master Fu has right now.
Oh no, is Master Fu gonna die?
That's what a lot of people think.
no.
Yeah.
What? Would they really kill him off?
No, I
it
don't
would
I
be
think
really
they would.
interesting.
I think they would.
He could just say, "I don't need it anymore. You take it," or he could
Like, would Hawkmoth kill someone? Like, is he that evil?
I think he's trying to kill people. He's just incompetent.
He's trying.
That's probably true.
All I want to do is
He's
kill somebody.
Really
but I
fighting
can't.
children for their jewelry. Like, he's the worst.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, we need to briefly. Hogmoth back to hit a new low, akumatizing children yet again.
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 Haven't we learned, Hogmoth, that you're just rock bottom for him? Just I'm just gonna go back to.
I mean, this
akumatizing
is
kids.
still a step up from akumatizing a literal baby.
Oh, that's
he
true.
did do
But
that. This
also,
is-
I love that he gets extremely frustrated with every time he akumatizes kids, and it's like you knew what you were getting into.
You did
One,
this.
Yeah, you did this. 2, you've had a kid, so you should know better. Like 3.
Yeah, he also has a kid. Yeah, and he's,
I mean, obviously, Hawkmoth is not Father of the Year.
wait, really? Not? But
I
yeah,
know.
when the sisters get akumatized, they're like, we want this and this and this, and he's like, chill
That
out.
was funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Also, I love their spinny hats, and I'm glad that the spinny hats were central to the episode.
Yeah. Oh, but they're Ella and Etta, by the way. Their
Oh.
names.
Okay.
And they were previously in the Christmas special and no other episode. So there you go. We like saw them for 5 seconds, but yeah, they're there.
They're
and,
cute.
You called them something. I don't remember what you called them. But
I said they were trash. but
Yeah,
they're
you called them trash at the beginning, so you don't get to say that. Oh yeah, other
I
aspects
think
of
they're cute.
Reina Rouge. See, you guys interpreted her as like making fun of Kat, which is true, but I thought that she was pretty flirty with him, maybe, or he was flirty with her, or both.
Well, was he just
well-
being polite, or was he being flirty?
I think Kat was being flirty, and then like she was flirty a little bit, but she was mainly being rude to him, and it was great.
She was just excited, and it's like this is the experience. Is like you get
Yeah.
to flirt with Kat now. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's like
like,
that's how it works.
Your job description includes.
She has a checkbox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she rings his bell. That's a
And
classic.
that
move.
was
I
amazing.
loved that.
I'm pretty sure Marinette's done that. Yeah,
Oh,
And-
I'm pretty sure she's done it multiple times.
yeah, and he kisses her hand. Yeah.
And then I liked how Marinette was like, "Ugh."
Yeah, was that a sign? Yeah, that was a very subtle thing. But was that a sign of Marinette liking Kat, or is it just stop hitting on my friends?
I think it's probably both.
Both, for sure. Like, leave
Yeah.
my friend alone. 1, 2, stop
Yeah,
Like,
I think
Kat,
so.
why are you the worst?
Yeah. So we love Reine Rouge.
It's
She that rooftop sequence. Yeah, that was really really good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she's like, wow. And I'm like, same.
yeah.
This girl.
It was just so exciting from her transforming all the way to just doing stuff. Just
It was
just
so
just
good.
thrilling.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I just love Marinette and Alia's interactions in general in this episode, not even as heroes.
Oh my god, they were being so cute and they were in their pajamas.
Yeah, what do you think of their
Yes.
pajamas? This is apparently Marinette's. We've seen Marinette in pajamas before.
We
This
have.
is her second
Apparently.
pajama outfit, a different
Yes.
Second
Yeah.
appearance.
one. She
Right.
she transforms from the new pajama outfit. I don't remember
Yes.
if that happened with the last pajama outfit, but
I don't think
Um,
so.
I like changing up the transform sequence. Yeah.
Yes.
yes.
I'm pretty sure Alia's pajamas were supposed to be a reference to Wonder Woman because
Okay.
they look very similar to the Wonder Woman symbol.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
And
a
it
lot
was
of
great.
superhero.
And Alia would wear a Wonder Woman shirt because she's a total nerd.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true.
They're like talking to each other about. Well, first of all, Alia is it's like I'm going to tell you all these ladybug facts. Typical Alia.
Yeah.
It's like ladybug existed since the pharaohs. Her voice frequency. I use this app and her voice frequency.
This is
Oh my
amazing.
god.
I was
I
like,
needed Ollie to
wow.
calm down. I was like, girl, chill, please.
And then the best part is Marinette like panics.
Yeah. She's like, wow, you got this way. Yeah, it matches a girl our age. And Alia starts to say,
Mrs.
"Who-
Class a lot.
yeah, who's a girl our age who was always late to school? Yeah.
We just don't know.
She gets that far, but that's it.
And Marinette's
Um,
like, how about
Yeah. How about we do
Let's
anything
get
else?
salty orange juice.
Yeah. It's then they talk about whether they would tell each other if if-
okay, we're missing the really important fact that there's a Ladybug movie.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a reference to the Ladybug anime initial pilot. So yeah, yeah, I guess Ladybug exists in their world like we've talked about this before as superheroes exist in our world but real. Yeah, it's confusing. But they talk. Ali and Marinette say whether they would keep each other, whether they would tell each other if they were a ladybug.
Oh, best part, one of my favorite parts, and this is like up there, like favorite moments ever in the series, is when Marinette's like, okay, you have to tell me, are you Ladybug? And she like grabs your shoulders. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, Marinette says, "You're right. You should never lie to your best friend. So tell me, are you Ladybug?"
It's so good.
And Alia
was
says, "As if
great.
I'd tell you."
It's
yeah.
so good.
That exchange is one of my favorites of the series. I agree.
Quality.
It was perfect.
They're just
So
being really
perfect.
really cute, and it was great.
This
It was-
episode's flawless. They're in their pajamas, being adorable. It's
Also,
the best.
Marinette just wears her pajamas like the entire episode, visiting
Yeah.
Master Fu too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Brave
I-
girl.
I
It's
guess
great.
I guess she didn't have a change of clothes, but yeah, it's that exchange was wonderful. Love them talking about whether they would tell each other if they were Ladybug. This is like the type of thing that season 2 has done so well. This is like the natural highlight extension of the show's premise. And we're like doing things we did in season 1. It's kind of the same, but we're doing them so much better. And like this is like such a great exchange that's
It's
still
amazing.
predicated on the same mythology, but it's done so well. Yeah. At the end, Alia doesn't end up telling Marinette, and then we talked about that stuff. But this is interesting. Do we think that one of them is going to tell each other? Do you think Alia's going to like end up telling Marinette before she is called upon again? Do you think she can keep the secret?
I think she'll keep it.
I think she'll keep it too.
Okay,
I'm
Dylan,
sure.
she's going to want to tell. I don't know. She's
I think
Well,
she's gonna.
I'm
want
really
to.
well. That's what was really funny. Was like when she was like, "Oh, I have something to tell you. My phone battery died," and Marinette was probably like, "Is this what it's like?" Like,
Also,
it was so funny.
I appreciated also Alia's use of I had a very sick evening, and I was like, yes, that's slang, girl.
I love it.
It was good translations by Miraculous Subs, yeah, and it's I don't know if she'll like. How can Alia not blog about this? That's my question.
She can do it because she
Yeah.
is noble of heart and she's a true hero.
No, she's
And
too
she
hyped.
is
Her main character trait
trustworthy.
is blogging about Ladybug. Like she
She can do it because she's gonna want to do it again. So she's
Yeah,
not gonna do
that's
anything to ruin that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trix is like, you're trustworthy. Yeah, trying to guilt trip her into giving it back. Trix, I see you.
I'm on to you.
Yeah, but all that was great. So we see Master Fu again, And the biggest development here is that there are more miraculouses in the box than we thought. It's like, nope, there's a million miraculouses. We saw
everyone gets to be a superhero.
Yeah, we talked about this in the promotional material before season 2, but there was the original 7, and now in the show we see the extra 12, one for each sign of the zodiac, and there's 19 miraculouses that we know of now, and everyone's expecting everyone in Marinette's class to get a miraculous now.
I do.
Yeah, Jeremy Zag made a post recently. It's like we're gonna start working on seasons 4 and 5 now. It's just started, so I think that's the plan for seasons 4 and 5.
Lord,
yeah, they're starting on seasons 4 and 5, and they don't have the next episode finished for season 2, so that's interesting. But
what?
some aggressive
Let's
production.
know our priorities are in the right place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do we? Do we think? What do we think happening with
wait
the
a
other
minute.
necklaces?
The next episode's not ready, but what about season 3?
That's also not ready. Yeah.
But we're working on 4 and 5.
We're starting to work on 4 and 5.
I'm
Don't
gonna have
worry.
a stroke. It's fine.
Also, the live action movie. He wanted ideas on who to cast for the.
Oh yeah. Oh,
also,
God.
we got a trailer for Ladybug Chibi, which is happening soon.
Okay, that'll be great.
There's.
But I'm glad we don't have the next episode ready to go.
Yes.
Okay. But what do we think we're doing with these miraculouses? Are we going beyond the other 3 we know we're handing out? Are we? Because we have to do the initial 7 first, right? Like we're not going to go to the Zodiac ones next.
I mean, in theory.
Yeah, in theory, but who knows with the future? But do we like the use of Master Fu here? Oh, and Marinette goes to him by her lucky charm was a teapot to remind her to go to Master Fu. So, what do you think of the Ladybug having that power, Delaney? That she can like return to sender.
She's mystical, so I don't see why not.
Yeah. I thought that was a creative use.
She's so OP, it doesn't matter. Well, the teapot, I was like, is it going to send her to Alia? I was so confused. And then I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
I was very confused by the teapot as well until she showed up at Master Fu's place. And I was like, I guess this is where we are. Like, I didn't put it together. I don't remember small details like that sometimes, but I'm glad she could.
Good job.
Like she gets the teapot and she's like, I have no idea what to do with this.
Right?
Yeah, she remembers. Oh, when she's with Master Fu, she starts to reach for the B miraculous, but instead takes the fox one. Yeah. Well, what do we think of what in the alternate universe where Alia is the B? What do we think happens?
I'm okay with that. It's cool. It worked out.
I'm okay with
just Alia has any of them.
Alia first, always.
Yeah, but Chloe destined for the B. I guess she goes for the one she knows about with the Lila stuff from last season. Yeah, when Alia transforms, she says, I look like Alia did when she was akumatized. Lila did. Yeah, there's a character on Ruby named Ilya, and then here's Lila here. It's very confusing. What else haven't we talked about here? The Sapotees as villains, on one hand, kind of not threatening at all, but on the other hand, being able to infinitely multiply seems very overpowered.
Yes, and they were adorable. Yeah. And they looked like the little Diablos.
Yeah. So I guess it makes sense that they had to call on someone, but I
like that they had a Creole legend.
Oh yeah, it's based on the Creole legend of prankster monsters. Apparently, that is a real thing.
So I like that. That was cool.
Yeah, I appreciated that.
Not strictly French, so it was cool.
So they've definitely been more threatening villains. Although this one, no one's like gotten out of control in mass numbers like this.
Right? Yeah. No, it made sense. Like I really liked it. I think it was a really good use. Yeah. Especially since it was Alia's siblings.
Yeah. I think it's a good choice for Alia's siblings. And at the end, the second lucky charm is her creating this incredibly elaborate sequence.
Okay,
to take all
that
of their...
was too elaborate.
That was so extra just to flip their hats off. Oh my god.
Yes, that was too much. I was like, "What is happening?" I don't even
follow?
know. No, did you follow? Because
no, of course not.
But I also liked that the show was self-aware of itself in that moment too, because Renault Rouge was like, "Is it always this complicated?" Like, I was like, "Yes, please call this out because I don't know what's going on."
Usually I can kind of like follow what she's gonna do, but this one I was like, what? And then I was like, you did all this to make this small contraption to flip their hats up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like the key aspect was the illusion powers of luring them all to a certain place.
Yes.
And then they
Through
could have
the
just done
tiny
whatever.
alley.
Yeah.
One by
and she chooses the alley, and then, yeah. But if you get them all in the same place, that's like the hard part, because you gotta destroy all the
Because they're
paths.
crazy.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And they just put it in a trash can and used Cataclysm. That was like the laziest thing ever.
That's what the Lucky Charm said. Yeah, that's what she finds around her.
Lord.
Yeah. And at the end, I like the sisters like jumping onto Kat when.
Yes,
they
that
go
was
home.
pretty good.
Yeah. So they're
Which one of you wants to tell me where you live? And then they're like,
They're the miraculous fandom. With
oh,
Kat.
and
Oh.
I'm like, and Marinette obviously did that on purpose. Like, LOL, bye.
just torture Kat. Yeah.
Yes, very in character.
So some people are a little upset with the lack of Kat recently, especially in this episode. Clearly we're less big fans of Kat than the fandom. We love Adrian and Kat, but he's a lot of people's favorite character, and I think it's important to keep in mind that this was the Alia intro episode, and she's Marinette's best friend, so of course Kat's going to take a secondary role in this episode. So
yeah, I mean, I understand like complaining about like previous episodes, but like this episode, like obviously,
yeah, like
and there were still really good Kat moments in the episode.
Yeah, when we get the Nino episode, that's going to be very Kat focused. So
yeah, it'll balance out.
Also, like, chill guys, Marinette's the main character. It's not people are like it's Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. No, it's Marinette's the main character.
News.
And
Yeah.
Kat is also a main character, but the success of the series is predicated upon Marinette as a character. She's the strongest element of the series, yada yada yada.
Called Miraculous Ladybug.
Yeah, Ladybug. There you go.
Yada yada yada.
It's her catchphrase, yeah. Okay, so Delaney, other things or final thoughts on Sepotus?
This episode was really cute. I'm really happy. Ollie is a superhero. It's everything I wanted, and it was super cute. They were in their pajamas being cute besties. I love them.
Yeah, cute besties. There you go.
Insert screams.
Yeah, screams. We got that at the beginning. April, what final thoughts?
Yes. Still super hyped for this
Just
episode.
yes.
Just yes. Please keep more episodes like this coming. You haven't figured out the next episode yet, you beautiful creators, but can you do something like
they
this?
figured it out. They just haven't finished it. But,
Finish it like this. Please
Okay.
and thank you.
yeah.
Y'all are great. But yeah, no, I have no complaints about this episode. It was wonderful.
Yeah, really, really good introduction to Reina Rouge. Slightly worried we'll ignore her for a while. Worried about the episodes airing non-sequentially. Good. I'm good with the main formula not changing, and in fact, I want that. But I think I share a lot of fans' frustrations in the episodes being able to air out of order. And I don't know. I feel like that's an easy change to make. We can air them in order. Just get all countries in line and air them in the same
Get
order.
everything fine.
Yeah. So we don't. I don't think we know what the next episode is yet, and it's not going to air apparently for a few weeks. Although who knows with Tfue. So we will see. But as of now, not for a few weeks for the next Ladybug episode. But we got two really good ones here with Glaciator and Sepoti, so very excited to see what's next. When's Chloe happening? That's now what I'm hyped about.
That's all Dylan cares about.
When's it happening? So let us know what you thought of Sapoti. Leave comments on YouTube or overlyanimated.com in the comments, or leave us an iTunes review on our Ladybug feed, our main feed. Search for Overly Animated on iTunes, or come chat with us about it on our Discord, overlyanimated.com/Discord. We have a Ladybug and Ladybug Spoilers channel, and you can talk about this in the Ladybug Spoilers channel. Support us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to all of our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Katrin, aka Katrin. And thanks to our patron executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Andy, and Hugh. Check out overlyanimated.com for other podcasts, including Mysticon's Ruby. I think they're doing, for some reason, a Boss Baby podcast soon. I have no part of that.
They're really
And
doing that? Oh,
apparently. I mean, it got
Wait, it's a
nominated.
what podcast?
Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
Why?
Yeah. It got nominated for an Oscar this morning.
I know it did, but that doesn't mean we
Yeah.
should do a podcast on
I know,
it.
that's what I said. But that's what I said.
Same.
So check all that out at overlyanimated.com. Thank you guys very much for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.